Hey, I'm Kirk. Welcome to Good Enough Backyard Beekeeping. Today I'm going to show you probably the simplest and cheapest way you can make cut-home honey, and it might even be the best. What you're going to find is that it's so simple, you're going to be amazed as to how well this works. I've been watching YouTube videos on buying sheets of foundation, hog halves, Ross rounds. This is way simpler than any of this, and it barely cost you anything. You probably have already the supplies you need. Really, all you need is a frame and a small sliver of wood as a starter strip. And you can put this little sliver in either by, I use Type On 3 glue. You could use a couple drops of wax. And I don't even know if you need the starter strip. The bees are pretty amazing during a flow, how they will build comb on anything that's uh, basically a horizontal surface. So I'll show you some of the results of the cut comb. I put them in little clamshell pieces or halves to sell to my customers. I'll be showing you some pictures of that, so watch along. Typically, in my honey supers, I use medium frames with foundation. Now, the simple way to make cut comb honey, I take the foundation out. So here's a frame that I've already popped that out. I take the foundation out, put that aside. I have a frame now with a slot that I glue in a starter strip. I literally just took a little scrap piece of wood. I take it, I place it in here. Let me back up. Grab my glue. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm not really going to go through, but I take my glue. I just put a couple drops in the slot. Put that aside. I take my starter strip and I just place it in the slot. And that's all I do for my cut comb honey. Now, I'm going to show you some pictures. I don't have these in my hand right now. So continue watching. I'm going to show you cut comb honey. So this is a picture of cut comb honey as I removed it from the frame. And then I take a 4x4 cutter just to mark it, and then I use a kitchen knife to cut around the outline, and then I place that in a plastic clamshell container. And that material, or that is all I do to create that. So here is a frame, and I'm getting ready to put this in my hive. I will put this frame in the middle between drawn out comb in your super. Be amazed at how the bees will draw out this comb and create totally foundationless honeycomb. I found that my customers really love this. I used to do it just as a novelty for people that wanted to try it. I didn't realize how well it would sell. And I get a pretty good price for it too. So this frame is just an empty frame with a little starter strip glued in there. Don't make it too big because you're just wasting comb. They will build out on the bottom and not necessarily fill out here. So just make it really, really small. You can probably do a popsicle stick in there, or I just cut scrap pieces of wood. So here's how I create my frames for cut comb. I don't have to buy a whole kit of Ross rounds, hog halves. It's literally just taking your existing frames, pop out the foundation, put a starter strip in there. Now you can put this starter strip in with wax if you want. I just put a couple drops of glue. If you want to go back, you can just pop this strip out. It comes out pretty easy. The bees will propolize this. They'll build out the comb. It's really nice comb. The earlier in the season you can get it out of there, you'll have really nice soft comb. So I hope this helps. Good luck. You got to be patient with it. It takes some time to draw it out. You want to do this during the flow. But you'll be amazed at how cheap it is to create cut comb and how well it actually sells. So good luck to you, and thanks for watching. Now that I've shown you how I prepare a frame for cut comb, I know it was pretty simple, wasn't it? It's probably hard to believe that this actually works. I've done it year after year. I usually don't think much of it. I give it to family members, friends. I sell a few of them. But this past year, I've had an unbelievable demand for it. I just never have enough of the stuff. So I probably will put a few more frames in my hives. So what you do is you take these frames with no foundation, put them between two drawn out frames in your honey supers. And you'll be amazed how the bees build them out and how well and perfectly do it. Now, it's not going to happen perfectly all the time. You're going to find sometimes they'll draw the comb out in really weird ways or they won't be symmetrical. But you know what? You don't have much to lose. If they don't draw it out right, just crush and strain it and when you extract your honey. I've actually extracted these frames when they don't come out right in my honey extractor. Now you got to remember, I'm using a crank extractor. I'm not using an electric one, so I'm not turning it up to 100% and blowing out comb. I have actually been able to get this extracted without having any wires or anything in the frames or any additional supports. So give it a try. Give me some feedback in the remarks. I'd love to hear what you think. Later on, if you actually tried it, or if you tried this before, let's let the other beekeepers know that you don't have to spend a fortune to get cut comb. So thank you for watching, and see you next video.